Question 1. In a modern context of query optimization, Seru needs to retrieve the top 5 employees with the highest salaries from the employees table. Which approach ensures minimal data processing while complying with Oracle SQL best practices? A. Use Ronum filtering after an order by inside a subquery. B. Apply Ronum directly in the main query before ordering. C. Use fetch first 5 rows only with order by salary desk. D. Utilize an analytic function like rank without ordering. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Using fetch first 5 rows only after order by salary desk is the most efficient and standards compliant method in Oracle 12 for top-end queries, ensuring sorting happens before row limiting. Filtering with Ronum before sorting returns incorrect rows as the limitation applies before the order is established. Using analytic functions without ordering doesn't guarantee correct ranking order. Rank may include potentially returning more than 5 rows, so it's not suitable for fixed limits unless combined with additional filtering. Question 2. Given the circumstances, Mr. Kwan's query aggregates sales by region using group by. He needs to exclude regions with total sales less than 5000 after aggregation. Which clause should he apply? Where B, having C. Filter D, qualify. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. The having clause is designed to filter results after aggregation, allowing conditions based on group values where applies before aggregation and cannot filter aggregated totals. Filter is used within aggregate functions, not to filter entire result sets. Qualify is not part of Oracle SQL syntax. It's specific to other database systems, making it invalid in this context. Using having some sales 5000 ensures only regions meeting the sales threshold remain in the final output. Question 3. From a practical standpoint, Nina runs a query joining customers and orders. She wants all customers, even those without orders. Which join ensures this result? A. Inner join B. Left outlet join C. Right outlet join D. Full outlet join. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. A left outer join returns all rows from the left table, customers along with matched rows from the right table, orders substituting nulls where there's no match. An inner join would exclude customers with no orders. Right outer join returns all orders but would omit customers without them. Full outer join would include unmatched rows from both sides but is unnecessary when only all customers must be preserved. Left joins, standard for preserving all primary entities. Question 4. By evaluating current database behavior, Arjun notices that null values in the bonus column cause calculations to fail. Which function ensures that missing values are replaced with 0 during summation? A. Coalesce bonus 0. B. NVL bonus 0 null. C. Nullif bonus 0. D. Decode bonus null 0 bonus. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Coalesce returns the first non-null value in its argument list, replacing null bonuses with 0 before summing. NVL applies different results depending on null or non-null, but the provided syntax would incorrectly assign O when a value exists. Nullif is for returning null if 2 expressions match, not null replacement. While decode can mimic null handling, coalesce is more readable, supports multiple fallback values, and is answer compliant, making it preferable for portability. Question 5. Considering the evidence, the HR department needs to store employee birth dates and time zone aware meeting schedules in one table. Which combination of Oracle data types best serves this purpose? A. Date for birth dates, timestamp with time zone for meetings. B. Varchar for both fields. C. Timestamp for both fields. D. Number for birth date, date for meetings. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. The date type is sufficient for birth date since time zone is irrelevant, storing both date and time components, but often only date is used. Timestamp with time zone is ideal for events sensitive to time zones, ensuring accurate conversions across regions. Storing these as varchar risks invalid formats and loses temporal semantics. Using timestamp for both wastes storage for birth dates and lacks times. Data for meetings. Numeric storage is inappropriate for temporal values. Question 6. Under the assumption that transactional integrity must be preserved, Alex updates 1,000 customer records but encounters an error after 800 updates, which TCL statement restores the database to its pre-update state. A. Commit. B. Save point. C. Rollback. D. Truncate. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Rollback undoes all changes in the current transaction, restoring the database to its previous consistent state before the updates. Commit would make the changes permanent, which is undesirable after an error. Save point marks the point within a transaction for partial rollback, but here, a full rollback is needed. Truncate is a command for deleting all table rows, not relevant to undoing DML within. Transaction. Transaction control ensures data integrity during failures. Question 7. Through the lens of query logic, which approach ensures that an insert statement fails if a duplicate primary key value is detected. A. Disable the primary key constraint before inserting. B. Use an insert statement without checking. C. Keep the primary key constraint enabled during insertion. D. Replace insert with merge to avoid violation. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Primary key constraints enforce uniqueness automatically. Keeping them enabled ensures duplicate keys cause errors, protecting data integrity. Disabling them permits invalid data entry. Blindly inserting without constraints risks corruption. While merge can handle updates or inserts, it still fails if constraints are violated unless coded to avoid duplicates, making it more complex, relying on database. Constraints is the best practice for enforcing critical data rules efficiently and consistently. Question 8. As a result of a reporting requirement, Maria needs a derived column that displays high of sales 10000, medium of between 5000, 10000, and low otherwise. Which SQL construct should she use? A. Decode function. B. Case expression. C. NVL function. D. Rank function. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Case expressions allow complex conditional branching directly in SQL, supporting ranges and multiple conditions. This makes it ideal for categorizing sales into high, medium, or low. The decode is less flexible, supporting only equality checks. NVL handles null substitution but doesn't categorize data. Rank assigns ranks to rows but doesn't output descriptive labels. Case ensures clarity, maintainability, and complex business logic within query, aligning with SQL standards. Question 9. When faced with the need to archive inactive rows without deleting them, Mr. Lopez wants them hidden from standard queries. Which Oracle feature accomplishes this? A. Drop table. B. Delete with where clause. C. In database archiving with row archival. D. Truncate table. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. In database archiving, using row archival allows marking rows as invisible to queries without physically removing them, meeting compliance and recovery needs. Dropping the table removes all structure and data permanently. Deleting removes rows but doesn't preserve them for future reference. Truncating deletes all rows quickly but irreversibly. Archiving retains data for audits and legal requirements while keeping active queries uncluttered, leveraging Oracle's row visibility features efficiently. Question 10. The most significant aspect of hierarchical queries in Oracle is the ability to A. Join unrelated tables. B. Retrieve parent-child relationships using connect by and start with. C. Generate Cartesian products for analysis. D. Replace all subqueries in complex reports. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Hierarchical queries with connect by and start with allow recursive traversal of parent-child relationships, such as organization charts. This capability is unique in returning tree-like structures from relational tables. Joining unrelated tables doesn't inherently establish hierarchy. Cartesian products combine all rows but create unrelated pairings. Hierarchical queries complement, not replace, if they serve specialized structural purpose. They're critical for models like BOMs, bills of materials, or corporate hierarchies. Question 11. In the absence of specific indexes, Thomas runs a query filtering on a non-indexed column of a large table. Which approach is most likely to improve performance without changing the business logic? And a function-based index on the filter column. B. Use Ronom to limit results before filtering. C. Apply distinct to the result set. D. Create a sequence on the column. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. A function-based index allows the database to optimize lookups even when a column is involved in transformations or calculations. Using Ronom before filtering may yield incorrect subsets, as filtering happens after row limiting in execution order. Applying distinct only removes duplicates and doesn't improve filtering speed. Creating sequences unrelated to searching efficiency. Indexing directly targets the root cause. Lack of quick access paths to relevant rows. Question 12. By comparing data structures, Helen needs to store variable length character data up to 2,000 characters efficiently. Which Oracle data type is most suitable? A. Chart 2000. B. Varchar 2000. C. Clob-D-Lon. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Varchar stores variable length strings up to the specified limit without padding, saving space and improving performance. Char adds values to the maximum length, wasting storage. Clob is intended for much larger text data and has different handling overhead. Long is legacy, discouraged for new designs and lacks support in many SQL functions. Varchar 2000 balances capacity, efficiency, compatibility for medium-length text fields in transactional systems. Question 13. Historically speaking, Jason runs a delete statement on a table but realizes he must undo it. Which action works only if a transaction has not been committed? A. Flashback table. B. Rollback. C. Restore database. D. Drop table. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Rollback reverts uncommitted changes in the current transaction, restoring the table to its prior state. Flashback table can restore committed changes but requires undo data or flashback settings. Restore databases, a more drastic recovery method, often involving unmanned backups, and affects the entire database. Drop table removes the structure and data, worsening the situation. Transaction control ensures correction of mistakes if used before commit. Question 14. The underlying principle of a correlated subquery is that it A. runs once and returns results for all rows, B. runs once for each row processed by the outer query, C. always returns a single value, D. ignores columns from the outer query. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. A correlated subquery is re-executed for each row of the outer query because it references columns from the outer row. This dependency ensures row-by-row evaluation but can be slower. Non-correlated subqueries run independently and only once. They don't always return single value. Multiple row results are possible within or exists. Ignoring columns from the outer query means it's not correlated. Understanding execution patterns helps avoid unnecessary performance overhead. Question 15. What ways can an update statement be made conditional on matching rows in another table? A. Use a where clause with an exists subquery. B. Apply distinct in the set clause. C. Include a group by in the update. D. Use truncate before updating. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Combining where exists with a subquery referencing the other table ensures updates only occur where matches exist, providing precise control. Distinct isn't valid in set clauses. Group by is not allowed in update syntax. Truncate removes all data, making updating pointless. Using exists sufficiently narrows the target rows while maintaining transactional control and can leverage indexes on the related table performance. Question 16. During the process of generating a sales report, Priya must calculate the number of months between two dates. Which function should she use? A. Add months. B. Last day. C. Months between D. Next day. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Months between directly returns the number of months between two date values, handling fractional results based on days. Add months shifts a date by a given number of months rather than calculating a difference. Last day returns the last day of the month for a given date, and next day finds the next occurrence of a given weekday. The directness and accuracy of months between make it ideal for report-based date interval calculations. Question 17. When analyzing the difference between union and union or, which statement is correct? A. Both remove duplicates by default. B. Union all keeps duplicates while union removes them. C. Union keeps duplicates while union all removes them. D. Neither can combine result sets. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Union performs a distinct sort on combined results, removing duplicates, while union all appends all rows, preserving duplicates and avoiding the sorting overhead. This distinction impacts performance. Union all is faster for large datasets when duplicates are acceptable. The reversed statement is incorrect. Both can combine results if column data types match. Choosing between them depends on the duplication is requirement. Question 18. In light of recent developments, Kevin needs to maintain a read-only snapshot of a query for reporting without creating a physical copy of the data. Which database object should he use? A. View B. Synonym C. Materialized view D. Sequence. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. A regular view is a stored query that dynamically retrieves data without duplicating it, suitable for read-only snapshots if the underlying query is non-updatable. A synonym is just an alias for an object. Materialized views physically store data and require refresh mechanisms which may not meet no copy requirements. Sequence generates numeric values and is unrelated to query snapshots. Also enhance security by controlling column and row visibility. Question 19. To determine whether an index is being used by a query, a DA examines the execution plan. Which tool or command is most appropriate in Oracle SQL? They describe B. Autotrace C. Show indexes D. List plan. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Autotrace in SQL Star Plus displays the execution plan and statistics, allowing verification of index usage. Describe shows object structure, not performance details. Show indexes is an invalid Oracle SQL command, though similar functionality exists in data dictionary views. List plan is non-existent in Oracle. Using Autotrace ensures decisions on indexing are based on actual execute paths rather than assumptions. Question 20. Across different scenarios, May wants to add a column to a table that stores automatically generated unique IDs for each row. Which feature introduced in Oracle 12 at best accomplishes this? A. Row B. Identity column C. Sequence plus trigger combination D. Git stored as raw. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. The identity column feature in Oracle 12 automates unique value generation directly at the column definition level, simplifying schema design compared to manually combining sequences and triggers. Row is a physical locator, not a business key. Using a sequence with triggers achieves similar results but is more complex to maintain. Git stored as raw are unique but not sequential, potentially impact index performance. Identity columns integrate smoothly with DML orations. Question 21. While examining execution plans, Raj notices a query retrieving all columns from a large table but only needing 3. What should he do to optimize performance? A. Explicitly select only required columns. B. Add distinct to the query. C. Create a new index on all columns. D. Use a Cartesian join to reduce rows. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Selecting only the required columns reduces EO and memory usage, improving performance. Adding distinct unnecessarily sorts data and may slow performance. Creating a multi-column index for all table columns wastes resources without clear filtering needs. A Cartesian join increases the dataset, causing worse performance. Precision in column selection is a best practice for efficiency and maintainability, particularly with large tables in transactional systems. Question 22. Taking into account the need for logical separation of data without physical duplication, which Oracle feature is most suitable? A. Table partitioning. B. View C. Materialized views D. Synonyms. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Views provide a logical abstraction over one or more tables without duplicating data, enabling secure and simplified access. Table partitioning physically divides data for performance but doesn't offer abstraction. Materialized views store data physically, introducing storage overhead. Synonyms only alias object names without structural change. Views are especially beneficial for presenting joins or calculations in a consistent, reusable interface. Question 23. By evaluating table joins, Olivia must return every row from both tables, matching where possible. Which join type should she use? A. Left outer join. B. Right outer join. C. Full outer join. D. Inner join. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. A full outer join returns all rows from both tables, placing nulls where matches are absent. Left joins preserve all rows from the left table, right joins from the right table, and inner joins only rows that match in both. Full outer join is essential when no data loss is acceptable from either side, often used in reconciliation scenarios or complete comparative reports. Question 24. In response to a request, Mia must remove all rows from the temp logs table quickly without triggering row-level delete triggers. Which command should she use? A. Drop table temp logs. B. Delete from temp logs. C. Truncate table temp logs. D. Merge into temp logs. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Truncate is a do operation that quickly removes all rows, bypassing row-level delete triggers and deallocating storage efficiently. Dropping the table removes its definition and data. Delete executes row-by-row operations, triggering associated delete logic. Merges for conditional and set update operations and is irrelevant to clearing data. Truncate is optimal for purging staging or temporary data structures. Question 25. When presented with a need to replace null customer phone numbers with a default value in query results, which function should Jacob use? A. NVLB, null of C, decode D, case. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. NVL substitutes a specified value when the expression is null, making it ideal for replacing missing phone numbers with a default string. Null if returns null if two expressions match, which is not relevant here. Decode could handle this but is less intuitive. For simple null substitution, case works but is verbose for such a straightforward requirement. NVL offers clear intent and compact syntax for null handling. Question 26. Contrary to popular belief, simply adding indexes always improves performance. In which case might an index actually harm query efficiency? A. When the table has a large number of null values in the indexed column. B. When the indexed column is used in equality searches. C. When the table is very small and frequently updated. D. When the index is unique. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. On small tables, full table scans can be faster than index lookups due to reduced EO overhead. Frequent updates also cause extra index maintenance, slowing performance. Large numbers of nulls don't necessarily harm performance unless selectivity is low, but indexes can still be useful. Equality searches on selective columns typically benefit from indexes. Unique indexes enforce constraints but inherently reduce speed in typical lookups. Question 27. The prevailing attitude towards subqueries is that they can be replaced by joins for performance. In which cases, the subquery is still preferable. A. When retrieving all rows from multiple tables. B. When needing row-by-row evaluation from the outer query. C. When combining results without removing duplicates. D. When performing a Cartesian product. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Correlated subqueries are useful for scenarios requiring row-by-row evaluation where the inner query depends on outer query values. Joins cannot replicate this dependency without restructuring the logic. Retrieving all rows from multiple tables is a typical join use case. Combining results without deduplication uses set operators like union or Cartesian products produce unrelated combinations, not a valid replacement case for subqueries. Question 20. The correlation between case and decode in Oracle is that A. Both support inequality comparisons natively. B. Case supports conditional logic beyond equality, while decode is limited to equality. C. Decode supports more complex branching than case. D. Neither can be used in select causes. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Case supports complex logical comparisons, including ranges and inequalities, while decode is restricted to equality checks and defaults. This makes case more flexible for multi-condition logic. Decode is more concise for simple equality matching. Both can be used in select clauses, contrary to one incorrect option. Understanding this distinction ensures appropriate function choice based on business logic complexity. Question 29. Upon closer examination, Sophia needs to generate a report showing the top 3 salespeople per region, including ties. Which analytic function is best? A. Row number. B. Rank. C. Dense rank. D. Entile 3. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Rank assigns the same rank to tied values and leaves gaps in subsequent ranks, ensuring all ties are included in the top n selection. Row number gives unique numbers regardless of ties, potentially excluding some tied entries. Dense rank assigns consecutive ranks without gaps, possibly including more than intended beyond the top n tied set. Entile 3 divides results into buckets, not ranking for top n purposes. Question 30. The development of the Oracle merge statement allows a. Combining 2 tables permanently. B. Conditionally inserting or updating rows in a single statement. C. Truncating and repopulating a table. D. Automatically creating indexes during insert operations. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. The merge statement enables conditional DML in an operation, updating existing rows when matches are found and inserting when they are not. This reduces the need for multiple statements and improves performance in Ethel processes. Combining tables permanently is a different process, often using ctask create table as select. Truncating and repopulating is unrelated to conditional logic. Index creation is separate from data manipulation.